I do apologize. Am I disturbing you?
No, please. Do come in, Mrs.
My name is Miss Alice de Bouvier. I'm Mr. Holmes' new neighbor.
Oh, I didn't have the pleasure to...
Oh, she is not the concern, Watson.
I'm... Then, what is this about?
Oh, that child standing sniffling behind her. Get rid of him, Watson.
But he is shivering with cold. And he is upset. What happened to him?
Little Tom knocked at the wrong door.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, boy, come in. Warm yourself by the fire. Can I offer you a cup of tea, Mr. Bouvier?
Well,
It is not as though we are disturbing you-know-who, are we?
I suppose not.
Since you are our new neighbor, it is perhaps better that you know what he's like.
You're starting to...
Well, Mr. Holmes is relapsing. This illness that he has seizes him when he finds himself with nothing to do. He becomes completely asocial. And alas, this is a very difficult, medically incurable case. Now, this must stay between us.
Of course, I understand. How very sad.
But there is a cure, if only a temporary one. A thrilling inquiry. Most certainly. If he refuses this one, then his condition will worsen.
Oh, I am still here, you know. I didn't fall out of the window. Very well, then.
Thank you, miss.
Now tell me, boy, what brings you here?
It's my father, sir. He's missing. I don't know what to do.
What's his name?
George Hurst, sir.
Missing, eh? And what do the police say?
The police, they don't believe me. They say he's just abandoned me. But that's a lie.
Obviously. Your clothes are well mended and you can read. Your parents may be poor, but you are loved.
Yeah, well, it's just the two of us now. My mother died when I was a little one.
And that's just one more reason for not leaving you. Your father doesn't seem the irresponsible type. He's very good to you.
Well, that's right. But he has no fixed work, so he often takes odd jobs for the day, 'cause that's all he can find. Only this time, he didn't come home.
And when was the last time you saw him?
3 weeks ago. He left for a new job, but this time, he was acting a bit strange and angry.
3 weeks? That's a long time.
Well, every day I thought he would show up. And anyway, I can look after myself.
What were you thinking? You and your father are both at risk. You should have come to me much earlier.
I was afraid. I ain't got no family, and I've got no other place to go. If our landlord finds out that Father left me, he'll throw me out on the street.
Tom, you've been very resourceful. We shall be discreet.
If only my mother was still here.
Strange. In what way?
He said to me, "Son, I'm out on a special job."
Very well. Your address, please, Tom.
12 Dorset Street, the first floor, door E. It's in Whitechapel, sir. But I ain't got no money to pay.
Who asked for money, Tom? Your case seems to be the very medicine I need.
Oh, thank you, sir.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
We need to help Tom find his father, Holmes.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. A map of London and its surroundings. Could be useful. These streets are too narrow for the cab. I'll have to walk. North Street.
Sorry, I'm working. I can't open the door.
'Tis our home, Mr. Holmes. Please, sir, find my father.
Tom probably reads at night. Tom probably reads at night. A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he could afford.
Father bought all those books for me. He didn't tell me, but I know that he put...
Food's running low. It's already 3 weeks since George Hurst's disappearance. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills.
Old clothes, soiled and worn.
The roof leaks all the time. Father used to fix it.
It's too dark. I can't see anything. A leather satchel, what's in it? Just some old things.
I hope you'll find my father soon. My mother, sir. She died when I was very young.
I'm sorry, Tom. Old clothes, soiled and worn. George Hurst's work was varied. He was evidently a hard-working and valuable hand.
Old clothes, soiled and worn. Hurst covered his bills ahead of time, thus
So that's why you came to see me.
Please, sir, find my father.
old clothes, soiled and worn.
Please, sir, find my father.
Old clothes, soiled and worn. Old clothes, soiled and worn. The old Tabard pub, North Street. The old Tabard pub, North Street. Glue. Probably taken from a wall.
The old Tabard pub? Did you hear anything about it from your father, Tom?
My father's a regular, but he's not a drinker, sir. It's close by on North Street.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Well, if it isn't young Wiggins. And I see you found yourself a job.
If you can call it that. I hate it. But if you've got any proper work for me...
I just might be in need of your assistance later. Wait here.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
There's nobody at home. North Street. I need to earwig to find out who is offering this special job.
Dump the bosses off your backs.
Arm in arm, stronger together, stronger than ever.
The man who's offering that special job has a proper set of mutton chop whiskers.
Equality for the working class.
I'm glad I'm my own boss. I can complain only to myself. Or to Watson.
Arm in arm, stronger together, stronger than ever.
There's no one... There's no... There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
That fellow who's offering the special jobs, he never drinks alcohol.
So, the man I'm looking for has whiskers and never drinks alcohol.
Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply.
The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike.
This must be the man that I'm looking for.
Interesting. A missing person. I should find out more.
You see that gentleman? I need you to follow him and report back to me.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Don't lose him.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin! Cabbage! Cheap!
They won't let me pass. I'll need to find another way.
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs.
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
stop crying and get to work. What are you waiting for?
Boys from the Bruisers gang. Better keep out of their way.
Stupid kid. Take a brush and get in there.
Who do we have here? Get him!
What are you waiting for?
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney, but it's dangerous.
Stupid kid.
Please, you don't have to beat him. I'll do it. I'll clean the chimney.
Go on then.
He's still here, that's a relief.
Whoa.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
What are you doing in my garden?
No place to hide here. We'd better go through the yard.
Crawling rat.
I know that woman. He's shoe shine Jim from Chambers Street. He's mute because his drunk stepfather beat him. Hey, Jim. Can you lend me your kit? I'm on a secret mission for Mr. Holmes. It's dirty. I should use a damp cloth.
Hurry up!
Now this shoe needs some polish. This could be useful with a small...
Did you fall asleep? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm still learning.
At last the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
I can't lose him now.
Oh,
interesting. What's going on in the yard? Locked. It's too dangerous to enter. I can't see what's inside. Wow, a lot of expensive stuff. Ah, a coat of arms. It might help Mr. Holmes. I'll make a drawing of it. It's too dangerous to enter. It's too dangerous to enter. Do only 2 people live here? I wish one was me. Bags of food. I like this house. Time to report to Mr. Holmes. Let's get outside before I get caught. I can't see what's inside. I can't see what's inside. Time to report to Mr. Holmes. It's too dangerous to enter. Time to report to Mr. Holmes. Let's get out.
Wigan's tale was quite unusual. What do you make of what he found, Holmes?
Wiggins did a good job. That's not the one I need. Here it is.
So this man could be Lord Marsh. Huh. A lord who hangs around in a public house. Let's pay a visit to Lord Marsh. We'll pretend that we're interested in his charitable activities.
Mr. Holmes, you have a visitor.
Oh, just ask him to wait.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. This young lady refuses to wait for anything.
What?
Father!
Caitlin!
Miss Caitlin's boarding school was flooded. Everyone was sent home.
As if it could smell any mustier.
My word, how is it possible that you have grown up so fast?
You'll be staying. Wherever will we put you?
Holmes, I'll give her my room, of course.
What do you have to say, Kate?
You're on a new case. A respectable lady who's being blackmailed? Or is it a love story between a prince and a suffragist?
However did you guess?
You will tell me, won't you, Father?
We'll see, if you behave.
All right, then. Have fun. I'll go and unpack. Will you help me, Mrs. Hudson?